Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to start a brand new series of Selenium exceptions. This first video is a complete high level overview, what exceptions are, why they occur, and some common examples you will face as an automation engineer. We will also look at small code snapshots so you can connect the theory with practical scenarios. What are Selenium exceptions? When we write automation scripts, we expect everything to run smoothly. But automation interacts with real dynamic web pages, and things don't always go as planned. A Selenium exception is simply an unexpected event or error that happens during script execution. It stops the normal flow of the program and tells us that something went wrong. For example, take a simple look, take a simple click action. Okay, driver.find element by id login button dot click, and Selenium may throw an error like no such element exception, unable to locate this element. This happens because Selenium could not find that element based on the locator you have provided. Why do Selenium exceptions occur? There are several reasons Selenium exceptions to happen. The first one may be that the element might not be on the page yet. Okay, so remember about DOM and HTML versus DOM concept. Okay, so in the page, that element which you're looking for, okay, it might not there yet, or the locator which you have provided, it might be incorrect, and the page could be loading slowly. The DOM might have changed, or sometimes the browser and driver versions might not match. So these are some normal issues when automating modern web applications, which are dynamic, asynchronous, and constantly changing. Why should testers understand uh, exceptions? Understanding exceptions is extremely important as a test automation engineer. It helps you debug failures much faster. It reduces flaky and unstable tests. It allows you to design smarter locator strategies and better weight conditions. And overall, it improves the quality of your automation framework. If you know what exceptions you are dealing with, half of your debugging work is already done. Types of Selenium exceptions. Selenium exceptions can be grouped into different categories. You have element related exceptions, such as what the element is not found, or it isn't clickable. Timeout exceptions, when Selenium waits too long for something. WebDriver exceptions, related to browser or driver issues. And interaction exceptions that occur during clicks, typing, or switching context. So these categories help you understand the nature of the problem very quickly. What are some common Selenium exceptions? Okay, here are some most common exceptions you will encounter. No such element exception, element not interactable exception, timeout exception, stale element reference exception, no such window exception, no such frame exception, invalid selector exception, element click intercepted exceptions. Okay, so these are some very common exceptions. Okay, don't worry about this. Okay, this video is just for introduction. We will cover each and every exception in full depth in upcoming videos with examples. Okay, let's just talk some couple of exceptions, just high level to understand what they are. No such element exception. This is easily the most common exceptions you'll always face. It simply means Selenium could not find the element based on the locator you used. Maybe the locator is outdated. Maybe the element has not loaded yet. Or maybe it never existed. Take this example. If the developer changes the ID from submit 1 to 3 to submit, this locator fails instantly. So always double check your locators when you see this exception. Element not interactable exception. So this exception means the element is present in the DOM, but Selenium can't interact with it yet. It might be hidden, it might be disabled, or another element might be covering it. Here's a simple example. If the field is not visible or still loading, Selenium throws an element not interactable exception. This usually means that you need a proper wait condition. Timeout exception. A timeout exception happens when Selenium waits for an element or condition, but the wait time expires. This is common on slow network connections or pages with heavy JavaScript. So if the welcome message doesn't appear for 5 seconds, Selenium throws a timeout exception. So this is your clue when the page is slower than expected or the locator is incorrect. Stale element reference exception. So this one confuses a lot of beginners. A stale element exception means the element you found earlier no longer exists in the DOM. Maybe the page refreshed, or dynamic content loaded, or the framework re rendered the UI. After the refresh, the earlier element's references becomes invalid, causing a stale element exception. No such window, no such frame exception. These exceptions occur when Selenium tries to switch to a window or frame that doesn't exist. This often happens when the pop-up closed early or the frame name changed. So if Selenium can't find the window handle, it throws no such window exception. The same applies to frames. Invalid selector exceptions. This exception means the locator syntax itself is invalid. Maybe there is a missing bracket. Maybe you wrote an incorrect XPath expression. So in those cases, Selenium immediately throws an invalid selector exception because it cannot read that XPath properly. High level exception handling approaches. Okay, you can catch exceptions using try catch block or try except block. If you're in Python, log them or perform alternative actions. This isn't the best way to handle everything, but it shows that exceptions can be captured, analyzed, and managed gracefully. How to prevent exceptions? To reduce exceptions in your script, use strong and stable locators. Avoid fragile XPaths when possible. Use explicit wait instead of hard sleeps. Handle dynamic elements and slow operations very carefully. Keep your browser and driver versions compatible. I mean, as of now, we only have a uh, we don't have to worry about that as of now, but just for you know, you have to be careful about this version compatibility. And structure locators using page object model to reduce maintenance overhead. To summarize, you learn what Selenium exceptions are, why they occur, and which ones you will face most often. You also saw a small code example that helped you understand the errors to real scenarios. So this understanding lays the foundation for stable, reliable automation scripts. So what is next? In the upcoming videos, you will deep dive into each exceptions one by one, show debugging techniques, and write real automation scripts to reproduce them. This will give you sorry your complete understanding of Selenium exceptions from beginner to advanced. Thanks for watching. Tell me in the comment which Selenium exceptions frustrates you the most, and I will cover that first. Make sure you subscribe for more automation content. Okay, thank you.